Aria stood quietly at the back of the dance studio, clutching her water bottle, her heart thudding in her chest. The mirrors reflected a dozen graceful dancers moving in perfect harmony, their bodies flowing with a confidence that seemed almost untouchable. She had just completed her first week of ballet class, and everything about her screamed beginner: the awkward turns, the missed steps, the way her muscles ached from movements she hadn't known existed. Meanwhile, the others glided like they were born for the stage. It made her feel small, invisible, and entirely out of place. After class, she sat alone on the bench outside, watching the older girls leave, laughing and chatting like old friends. She stared at her worn sneakers and felt tears sting her eyes. Maybe I'm not cut out for this, she thought. Maybe it's already too late for me to start. That's when Ms. Elena, the studio's lead instructor, approached her quietly. She sat beside Aria and smiled. "You know, I've been watching you." Aria looked up, startled. "You have?" Ms. Elena nodded. "I see someone with fire in her spirit and a hunger to grow. But I also see someone comparing herself to dancers who've spent 10 years building what you're just beginning." Aria glanced toward the door where the others had disappeared. "They make it look so easy." "It's not easy," Ms. Elena said gently. "They've stumbled, struggled, and failed countless times. What you're seeing is not their start, it's their chapter 10. You're still on chapter 1. And that's where every great story begins." She told Aria a little about her own journey, how she'd started late, too, and had once thought she was too clumsy, too behind, too ordinary. But step by step, day by day, she carved her way forward, not by being the best, but by being determined. "Growth doesn't come from comparison," she said, placing a hand on Aria's shoulder. "It comes from consistency. From showing up. From falling, getting up, and trying again." Those words stuck with Aria. The next day, she returned to class not to be better than anyone else, but to be better than she was yesterday. She practiced in her room, replaying the moves in her head even as she brushed her teeth. She celebrated small wins, holding her balance for 1 second longer, pointing her toes just a bit straighter, remembering the sequence without freezing. Weeks turned to months. She still wasn't the best in the room, but she was no longer the girl hiding in the back. Her movements had grown more fluid, her confidence more visible. And while she still admired the advanced dancers, she no longer envied them. Instead, she respected their journeys and honored her own. Years later, Aria would stand on stage as a lead performer, her family and Ms. Elena cheering in the crowd. The applause echoed around her, but what mattered most was the voice in her heart whispering. "You started at chapter 1 and you kept writing your story. Page by page. Step by step." And now, whenever someone new came into the studio with hesitant feet and doubtful eyes, Aria would smile and say, "Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10. Trust your own path. Your story is just beginning."